Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making it. My name is Anya Braun and today we're going to be talking about the, I guess, quote unquote, new Rachel Dolezal and what it means to be transracial or identify as a race that you were not born as. I do have my quarterly sinus infection, so I sound a little bit nasally. I'm so sorry. Nothing I can do about it. Everyone has to cry themselves to sleep. I don't know. Let's get into the tea, shall we? So today we are talking about Raquel Evita Saraswati. First, I'm going to read to you the definition of cultural appropriation, a word that we hear often, but this is the actual definition. It is a noun, and it says, the adoption, usually without acknowledgement, of cultural identity markers from subcultures or minority communities into mainstream culture by people with a relatively privileged status. In the same way as racism that is by definition coming from a group that is more privileged, imposing onto a group that has less privilege. So this is Raquel, and she is, I'm sorry, it's not funny. According to USA Today, quote, she was a bronze-hued, Jersey-born spokesperson for Muslim and LGBTQ causes in fashionable hijabs, an advisor and confidant to local nonprofits. The National Organization for Women's Philadelphia chapter named her a Woman of the Year. Nonprofit Rad Girls declared her Rad Girl of the Year. She served on the city's Mayor's Commission on LGBT Affairs. And until last week, she was the Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer for the American Friends Service Committee, a Quaker-founded service organization that supports social justice causes all over the country and world. But that role came to an abrupt end amid a blizzard of controversy, end quote. Allegedly, Raquel claimed to have Latin, South Asian, and Arab ethnicity. And she was outed actually by her mother as being, quote, white as driven snow. So this is a picture of her before running the NAACP chapter, and then this is a photo of her after. I'm so sorry. Please, Anya, get it together. We're gonna watch this little news clip here together.
Example about somebody completely lying about what their heritage is.
This is my favorite story of the week. Thank you. Thank you for letting me talk about her.
Here to help.
Okay, so she used to be known, maybe your viewers know the name Rachel Dolezal, white woman back in 2015, outed as having been running a chapter of the NAACP, which is a black group, even though she was white, but she was faking it. She was faking her blackness.
Awkward.
Anyway, she was outed. Okay, meet Rachel Dolezal 2. She was Rachel Elizabeth Seidel, but she went more recently as Raquel Saraswati. Now, Rachel Elizabeth is white as the day is long. I mean, she's as white as I am, right? And but Raquel Saraswati was allegedly gay, Muslim, Latina of South Asian and Arab descent, absolutely none of which is true. She might be gay. That's it. That's it. All the rest is a lie. Her parents have come out. Her mother has come out to say, I don't know why she's been doing this. It isn't true. And her bronzer is getting darker year after year. And like all great race fakers, she wound up becoming the head of the diversity, equity, and inclusion group for some Philadelphia-based Quaker group called the American Friends Service Committee, which is horrified that they have some race faker as their top DEI. It's so delicious. This is like the predictable end result of the race essentialism. If you're going to racialize everything, if you're going to do this divisive talk about the races and subjugate the whites to everybody else. And, I'm out. I'm a man now. Of course, more and more whites are going to start to say, I'm out. It's like the new trans thing. You know what? Huh. Women get Me Too'd and they apparently don't get paid the same. And, I'm out. I'm a man now. That's what this is.
Oh my God. Okay, so how about, I didn't know that was at the end of that clip. I stopped when she stopped talking about Rachel. I did not know that the other alt-right things were happening. So, wow. That's actually so nasty. You're disgusting. While being a quote-unquote race faker is quite amusing for us all, it is not comparable to trans rights. It is not comparable to racializing the world. I love how like this conservative, I don't know, ideology that like black people or people of color are the ones who are racializing the world as though we were not the direct targets. You literally invented racism. And then you're gonna be like, oh, the world's so racialized. What? Who do you think The fucking privilege pack, that's who. Get the hell out of here. I would like to use this time to say that I did reach out to Rachel as another Philly local, and she did not respond. She has no comment, I guess. Or I don't even know if she saw it, but I tried. Big questions here are, what exactly makes race faking so appetizing to the, I guess, white woman? I don't know. This is a conversation in which I genuinely don't have many answers, because there are so many ways to help minority groups and champion change without like doing borderline blackface and saying that you're every single minority group in the world except for Black and disabled. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not necessary. It's just not necessary. People would love your support. They would love your volunteer time. They would love you to help. But why is it that if you felt the need so badly to help minorities, that you would feel comfortable being the one? Like, nothing says white privilege more than saying, I, as a person who was born white, have the tools and resources to take this position, fill this seat that could be filled by someone who's an actual person of color, and I'm going to take this position from them. I'm going to pretend to be them, and then I am going to use it to help their communities because I know what's best for them. What? Logic is so far gone. The logic is so ironic. It's so ironic. Why would you do that? If you were going to, if anything, if you were going to be a race faker, why wouldn't you just be like a citizen? Why is it that you can't just work at Kmart? You have to be the NAACP chapter leader of your state? Like, why? Why? Can we have nothing? How are you going to be like, I'm Latin, South Asian? Where's your 23andMe? Where's your 23andMe? Because this photo, it's not looking good. It's not looking great. You can be yourself and you can still support the groups that you want to support, but something tells me that it's a little bit more than wanting to support these groups. It is quite literally wanting to, like, I can't, like, is this a mental thing? I don't understand. To feel, I guess, so empathetic that you genuinely gaslight yourself into believing that you are a part of this minority group. Because I would like to put in my pitch now to be in the young white man's Nepo baby group. Thank you. I would like to put in my bid right now to be the Nicolas Cages of the world. I just would love to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's where I really identify. I identify as having the ability to get a small $1 million loan from my father. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm just not really here with the rest of you, like, nasties, because you're nasty. I am somewhere above that. I empathize so much with the struggle of the elite that I am them. Thank you. It just goes to show how much privilege you have to be able to cosplay as a person of color in order to get the, I don't even know if you can call them benefits, the benefits of what? Having a diversity and inclusion group? Like, just so you can be the leader of it? I don't understand. Once again, I don't have the answers. I don't know. In addition to Raquel, otherwise known as Rachel, or Rachel Dolezal, or Hilaria Baldwin, who, by the way, is Alec Baldwin's wife, who, this is kind of like before our time, if you're watching this and you're my age, but Hilaria Baldwin had a house in Spain that she's like, oh, I grew up in, and we were there every summer or whatever, and I grew up bilingual, and so da-da-da, and everyone's like, okay, but are you Hispanic? And she's like, but I know Spanish, and my family knows Spanish, and my housekeeper speaks Spanish. I mean, are you Hispanic, though? And she's like, I have accepted several awards on behalf of the Hispanic women community. And everyone's like, okay, but are you Hispanic? And she's like, I am not. I would say, what are they getting out of it? But they're getting the quote-unquote cool points of being able to relate to people in the cultures that they would like to identify with, and honestly manipulating them into gaining their trust. Like, how are you going to gaslight somebody into thinking that you're a different race so that you can relate to them, so that they can like vote for you for council or whatever? Like, what? Girl, get it together. Feel free to comment down below what part you thought was most shocking. I've got a lot more fun things coming for this channel, so make sure that you are subscribed. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, yada, yada, yada. Come see me do stand-up. You already know the vibes. Have a great day. Have a great life. Do what it is that you do. And follow me for more. Bye.